Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me Sukhmani and this is S Palette Studio, and today we're just going to do a paint with me using gouache, and I'm just going to show you guys how to paint a landscape tutorial. But when you're painting, just make sure to have fun with it. I am referring a reference here and I will link that in the description. Also the colors that I'm using here, everything will be linked in the description, so you guys can check that out. So for the first thing, I am using acrylic painting paper. I will link that down below. And I'm using a bit of blue, some white, and mixing in all the colors, swiping it all across using the mop brush. And in between I'll add the darker blue to give it like a gradual gradient, and add in white at the bottom so it just looks more blended. And I'm just going to keep on using this flat brush in between to blend it all together, and it just like blends better, I think so, when I'm using a flat brush. So I switch between flat and the mop brushes. Before you guys get into the video, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, recommend it to your friends. I cannot say it enough. But we're just going to start with the clouds now. I mixed in some orange, some blue, and some white, and it makes this beautiful clouds pop when you put it like that. I don't know how to explain it properly, but as you guys can see, I'm just like adding in the clouds as per the reference. I just like keep it a little bit free flowing so I don't exactly stick to the reference all the time, because I just like the moment of it, and making clouds is just that. So I am just adding a bit of a white and adding in more depth to the clouds. These clouds are not my greatest work, not yet. I have a bit of a struggle painting clouds. I have no idea why. Maybe I need to practice more. But I'm adding in a bit more blue, just going in with the flow. After that, I am adding in some yellow and some orange to make this sunlit glow at the top of the clouds as per the reference. And since I have to wait for the paint to dry, it just like gets a better saturation when I do that. And whenever I'm putting the paint on wet paint, it just like gets muddy, and we don't want that. So it is a lot of layers, some white. Now, after the clouds look somewhat manageable and better, you can say, I'm just going to add in some land at the horizon. And the first thing I'm doing is adding in a bit of a darker blue, and I'm doing that because most of the times when you see like very far away, everything is like hazy because of the pollution and the atmosphere. So I am doing that, and the mountains that are at very farther point from our eye view are like bluish and everything, and I'm just adding in some green and adding in the mountains and the landscape that is in the foreground, just adding some darker shades as I go by and adding in different values of green to create like a bit of a depth, so we get like a sense of perspective when we're painting. Now repeating the same process on the landscape that is in the foreground, we are just going to do these little dots of foliage because we cannot see like a lot of detail, but we can still see like there is a bit of a different little tiny areas of land that have like different gradient and different value than the other, so I am adding that. Next I'm adding this mountain of sand. This is so weird. And I'm adding in a bit more foliage because I think I love the landscapes that have like this kind of scenes, so maybe that's why I pick like so many references that have a similar kind of vibe. I'm adding in a bit more dimension here using highlights and everything, adding the tree that was supposed to be there at the top of the mountain. Now for the very front of an artwork, I am adding these little strokes of paint using different shades of green and adding in a bit of a white and brown to make this like dry leaves texture, and just going in with a very fine defined brush so we can make like the wild flowers. The detail in the artwork is finally getting in together, and I'm just adding in these beautiful purple flowers to bring it all together, and we're almost done with it. I think it looks beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys soon. I have a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about, and my mind is running all the time, and I hope we can get through this. Please leave some comments for me to interact with you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.